Hey everybody, welcome to Mixlife episode 20. I can't believe it's been 20 episodes already. I'm here with Adam right now. Dave will be on his way. I think he's actually at work right now, so he's going to catch up to us a little bit later, and we'll make him vape some cheese at the end of his visit. So, how's everything going, Adam?
It's going good. Life's good. Put together a 1,400 piece Lego Batman set yesterday, so it took 8 hours, and then about an hour and a half this morning. So I've been.
Oh yeah, I saw that video you linked in chat, but I didn't get a chance to actually check it out.
It was serious. Our younger kid wanted it and has been asking for it for like 4 months. So it was like one of those have to get kind of gifts, you know, or they'll be broken forever if you don't get it. And but it's for like 10 to 16-year-olds, and he's turning 7. So I did a lot of work on it, but it was pretty cool. It's a wing, a Batmobile, Robin's car, and then like a car for Alfred, and they all come together into a bigger Batmobile. So it's pretty cool, pretty innovative. Whoever set in Lego and designed the thing. So I've been Legoing. But yeah, life's good. Doing good.
How's it? Jen's in the chat there. How's it going, Jen?
Jennifer.
If you're not burdened by a toddler, the link is in the chat if you want to join us. If not, that's cool too.
And then you know, the big developments in the FDA, and maybe
let's talk about that for a little bit, because I want to make sure some things are clear, because a lot of people that are hyping that it's like, you know, back to the Wild West again.
Yeah, you can't. The biggest question would be, can you sell new juice or sell juice that you're making as like a DIYer? And right now the answer is no. You still have to be in before the August
it's more
date.
Complicated. So the predicate date didn't change. So it's not necessarily open to new market, but you know, it's not open to new flavors without any requirements. But it did extend the process for you to get the application in. And I think that the language is vague enough that there's potential for the predicate date to change or simply to not exist anymore. And then there's the question of enforcement.
Right.
They said no enforcement for the next 4 years, right? So theoretically, yes, you could bring a new market or new flavor to market, but you only have a 4-year run and then you're done. So you can make some money and then you'd be out of it. You'd have to get out before they start enforcing, or you'd be in some deep shit. And there's still some chance that it could come back and bite you in the ass after the fact. So it's a pretty big risk for, I mean, what could be a really big reward, but I mean, a lot of companies are doing that now. I see new juice coming out all the time that I'm positive doesn't have, you know, wasn't on the market through the predicate date, but I know that, you know, they're just going to get their jollies and their money, and then they're going to go home before the FDA has time to figure it out.
Yeah,
it's too early. Our political climate's too shaky right now. Like, there's an election, right? A presidential election before these rules officially change, before the end of this period, right? So there's a definite chance that, you know, the whole climate's going to change, and then the whole government's shift on electronic cigarette regulation and how they regulate tobacco entirely could change, you know?
Yeah, and it seems like these guys, you know, if you're like a Cosmic Fog or a Cutwood, you can afford the application process, right? But if you weren't,
it's not so much that. It's the process of the application. It's not the application itself. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding that it's the testing that they want you to pay for in order to complete your application that costs all the money, right? And it's not cheap.
Right.
And it has to be done per type, per flavor, and nicotine dosage, because some chemical compounds do change depending on the parts per million of your nicotine and other things. Now, the changes are minor, and in DIY, you know, they're going to be insignificant. But, you know, for the FDA wanting to claim that they're following the science of it, that's their method. So, or at least their justification. It's not. It's a weak justification, but it's there, and it's what we have to follow. So.
Now, what I found was interesting. I listened to the after call. There's a phone call video circulating today.
Yeah, I don't.
And somebody asked about nicotine strength changing in e-cigarettes, and they said no. So
they're not concerned at the levels that are popular right now. So if e-liquids like 5 years ago were still really frequent and common to find 36 milligram or 18 milligram e-liquids on the market, I think that they might have looked at that more. But 18 milligram e-liquids don't match the technology that we're using anymore, right? You don't find very many people that still use 18 milligram liquid on an ego pen. Most people have a sub-ohm device of some type, right? Or at least something pushing 20 or 30 watts, and 18 milligrams at that level is way stronger, right? So people vape like 6 milligrams.
yeah,
So 6 milligrams, they're not as concerned about the nicotine levels as for what I could understand from what I could watch of that video. I saw Sean Casey post it last night, but I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was brain dead exhausted from doing a million things yesterday. What's up, Dave? I see you looking back there. Get the eyebrow up. How much time do you have with us? Do you want to hang out for a while? You don't have to do the cheese thing right away. You do it before you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Sound good?
Yep. I'm here.
Most importantly, I can see that beautiful bald head of yours.
Thank you.
Hey. Howdy, Dave.
Good afternoon, sir. I was just I started a show I'm on my lunch break right now from work, but I don't have a set schedule, so it's just like the longer it takes me to go back, the longer I'll wind up staying tonight.
Oh, we don't want you to stay too late, so at your leisure, sir.
Yeah. So I started watching a show on my lunch break, and I needed to finish it. It only had a few minutes left. That's why I'm late.
That's all good. What show are you watching?
I was watching The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
What do you think?
It's scary.
So I was thinking about switching to Hulu from Netflix for a little while just to like take a break because I've like pretty much watched everything on Netflix.
What about Ozark? You got to watch Ozark on Netflix.
I'm gonna watch Ozark next. I tried to start it the other night, but I got sleepy, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this when I'm awake.
Yeah, I tried to catch it at my last overnight shift, but it ended up being a busy overnight shift, so I couldn't really watch shows.
It's definitely on the list.
But I'm on that. I'm gonna try to just binge watch the whole thing tonight. It's what, eight episodes?
It's 10, but you won't be able to stop because it kind of grows. It's okay. Episode 1, episode 2 is okay, but then after like 3 to 10, you're in.
It's like because it's a 12-hour graveyard. So, but from 9 p.m. to like 5 a.m. Sometimes I don't really have anything to do. Sometimes it's really busy, but I have the easier side of the house tonight, so it shouldn't be so bad. Sundays are usually a little more relaxed.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. It felt like Breaking Bad in the early days, the Ozark show. So it was cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Either way, I'm sure it'll be good.
Did you read The Handmaid's Tale in high school or college or something, or just for the heck of it?
Yeah, book? High school, but that was like a long time ago, man. Really? Is it a good adaptation though?
It's a very good adaptation.
I mean, I expect there to be differences that I'll probably rage about, but I felt that way about Game of Thrones at first. I like swore off of Game of Thrones. I was like, fuck those guys. They don't know what they're doing. They're crazy. Because the first season was like pretty true to the books, and then from season 2, like they start to drift, and then by like season 3, they're like gone, right? And there's like some similarities, but a lot of stuff is different. But then once I like learned to appreciate the difference, I think this is the first time I've ever been able to like appreciate both the book and the show separately, like as two different things.
Well, I haven't had time to read the books, so I don't know what I'm missing there.
But usually have plenty of time. Go ahead. Sorry.
The Handmaid's Tale has been adapted well. Oh yeah, I'll have plenty of time. The last books aren't even out yet. I don't want to be one of those people waiting forever for the books to come out.
Well, the show's already departed like far from season 6. He hasn't even written book 6 yet, right?
Right.
So like, they're not even the same storyline anymore. Like they're similar probably, but they're way different.
Yeah, I think reading the book will ruin most shows for you. Because people get their expectations to have that novel experience, and then it's just kind of, you have to adapt in certain ways when you go to film or TV.
And there's always like limitations, that it was hard for me to like stomach that one though, because Game of Thrones was such a good series of books, but that's all right. I'm over it now. It took me like 2 years.
Oh,
like, really, guys, But then I finally sat down and watched them all, and they're pretty damn good.
I feel like if there were a fertility crisis in America, that that The Handmaid's Tale could actually happen.
See, I don't know what it's about. I never read the book.
It's like a Westboro Baptist Church wet dream.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying.
So I went on a little mixathon this morning of my own.
Yeah, what do you got going on here, bud?
Mix. Well, I made that thing for you that you wanted me to make.
Oh, thank you.
I finally got around to that. I made some version 1 attempts at things that I've been wanting to try for a while, and I finally got it together and threw them down. We'll see how it goes. Sweet corn ice cream.
Oh, sweet corn. What'd you use? One-on-ones?
Health Cabin.
Good.
Nice.
That's cool.
I got attempts at a Snickers bar and a Three Musketeers bar.
Nice.
I don't even really like chocolate vapes that much, but it's just a challenge. That, you know, sometimes you just want a challenge. I got the latest version of the Goober Grape. What else did I make down here? I don't know. I went a little crazy. I know there are others. Oh, Pumpkinos. I tried to make Pumpkinos. You know those pumpkin spice Cheerios?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, try to make some of those too. We're going to see how that goes. And I made 5%. Can you see that?
5% cheese.
Cheese. Yep.
Oh, cheese.
There's the cheese.
So Vapes wants to know if we've ever tried basil in a mix. Yeah, I use Flora basil quite a bit. It goes really good
it's
with
great stuff.
With tropical fruits or berries. What happened? You just smell it?
I just smelled it. Yeah.
Snorted it.
I just smelled it.
I use Flora basil in like a lot of stuff. I haven't released very many recipes with it yet because I've kind of been on a lull for releasing new recipes because I haven't had as much time to perfect them because we've had a lot of customer stuff going on, a lot of client stuff going on. So like most of the work I've been doing has been for like clients. So I just haven't had a lot of time to release recipes. But there will be some new ones coming in the next 2 weeks, I think. I keep saying that, but I keep having to put it off because shit keeps happening. So, which is cool for me and for everybody else, but not for everybody that just wants some good recipes. Mixer collection is coming out soon. I think our samples are actually shipping like today, right? Or yesterday.
Yeah, he's got it's all mixed. I think
it's all. Oh, he's waiting on one thing for one of the others, for one of the gens. The lab's waiting on one flavor.
No, it's mine because I used a special ingredient that's not commercial. So.
Oh, is it yours?
Yeah, but it's okay. I figured that would be harder. But it makes the mix better. So it was like a trade-off between like, do you sell out or do you use better ingredients? So we don't cheat people. We want to be the best vape shop line if we're gonna do a vape shop line. That's the thinking. That's launching next month. Like it's bottled. It's coming together. T-shirts are ordered, so we'll be sporting mixers, T-shirts, and such. So that's pretty cool. We got a vape line in Canada. So if you live in Canada, you're lucky. If you live in the U.S., you're gonna have to wait a while. But it's definitely a benefit for people in Canada. And then we also have our chef's line that's on its way to selling out.
Yeah, the chef's line response was huge. Like I never had so many like positive reviews in such a short period of time.
Yeah, I've never had reviews like that before ever. Like people were just like, "This is the best thing I've tried." So if you're in the UK and you're awake still, what are we looking? It's 9 o'clock.
It should only be 7 p.m. in Cardiff right now.
7 p.m. in Cardiff.
8 p.m. They're 8 hours ahead of me.
So if you guys want to get on that, that's our summertime line, and that's limited time only. So once it's gone, you should have stocked up. So we highly recommend you try those. They're doing really well. 5-star reviews from people. So glad to see that launch going well. And we did all summertime kind of fruit recipes, which are really popular there. So that's good. Got that going.
Yeah, it's going great. If you're in the UK or even in the US and you want to try them out, the one-shot lines are at Chef's Flavors. Shipping to the US is only like $6.50 or something, like $6 or $7, which is pretty reasonable. And they have a lot of other cool stuff besides our stuff, obviously.
Yeah,
And besides
decadent vapors is a good one. If you guys are looking for something, get some decadent vapors.
they have Sasami. Do they still have Sasami?
I think, yeah, and they're on sale. Like you can get things on sale over there. Like if you want to try Flavora, they have smaller bottles of Flavora that are like $3 or $4.
That's
US.
£2, 49 cents. So it's like something, 3.25.
Yeah, so it's
10
a
mil.
great way to get some samples of Flavora and not drop $10 a bottle or 20, some of them. So definitely that's good too. I definitely recommend everybody order one time from chefs, because even Wayne's got recipes over there that aren't available here.
How are your guys' e-cig stuff doing?
Well,
You and Dave's?
Yeah, I've been happy with it.
got a couple tacos.
Pretty sweet deal. Got your couple tacos out of the deal so far? That's good.
Yeah. Some fuzzies. That's where I go too. That's funny.
Oh, man, I haven't seen a Fuzzies in like 15 years. They've been around forever.
Yeah, they opened one a block away from me, so it's like my go-to breakfast spot.
Hasn't really been 15 years, but it's been a really long time since I've been to Texas. So.
Yeah, those are good.
You guys have a topic you are talking about today, or am I the topic?
I think we're BSing, and you're the topic today.
All right. Well, this is.
Are you ready?
He's ready.
This is a troll. This is a troll RDA. Just get it out of the way, like getting a shot or a spanking, unless you like the spanking, and never. Anyway, this is a troll RDA. I don't know exactly why I have it. I think I can wash it. It's probably washable, and as long as it's good and dry, I can
soak it nice and purple for a week.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna change the cotton because obviously, was freshly wicked yesterday. The only thing that it's had in it is Gravity by Concrete River, so I'm gonna have to throw away the cotton and coils anyway. So that's not a problem. So we're just gonna drip that. We're just gonna grip that cheese. That stuff hangs around. Doesn't matter whether you think it's tasty or not. It hangs around. That's an objective fact.
Yeah, no, the fig does definitely stick to your wicks a bit.
You cannot just change your wicks. That's not enough. You have to do something else to get rid of that. I don't know if I'd say you have to wash your atomizer, but you have to
get your print screen buttons ready.
Dry burn and rinse. I'm soaking these things. Fuck it. You're gonna do it. You might as well do it all the way. Right. I'm just not changing my wicks and coils first because there's no need to. And that is one-on-one cheese at 5% mixed this morning. I didn't put any nicotine in it because I don't.
You ever see those dudes in like
finishing it
in like martial arts dojos that like punch each other and they brace?
God fucking damn it!
Like they get ready. They just got that face right now. He's like, I'm ready for you to punch me. Let's go.
So I did. Yeah, I licked it. I licked it yesterday. Right out of the bottle on the back of my hand, because they were giving me shit about it when I went on that telethon in the morning, mixathon in the morning, and so I did it. I gagged. People made comments about I've never seen anyone's face turn that red that fast before.
Oh, but yeah, I heard Matt say something about it.
I didn't actually puke. I just spit a lot and tried to get it, like that. But I got my trash can here because I have a feeling that once that gets all up in the sinuses and everything, back of the throat, it's going to hit that back of the throat. And it's just...
Gonna trigger.
Got my water.
You heard it here first. Dave is worried about his
got new things to vape. Yeah. God damn it. All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't even press the button. If I just pretend to vape it.
There you go.
God damn it.
That was a ballsy pull, dude. Oh my good lord.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it, right? God damn. Oh. Flavor notes. it tastes like you got a whole battalion of army and had them go on a march, and then you didn't let them shower, and then you collected all the toe jam from between their toes, and then you mixed it with some cheddar cheese, because there is some moldy cheese authenticity there, just a little, and then you ate it, and then you threw up, and then you ate your throw up. Like a retarded dog. I mean, intellectually disabled dog. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want it more detailed than that or not. Actually, it's worse vaping it, not because of the way it gets all in your stuff there, but the sweetness of the VG makes it even worse. Like, ugh, God. It's horrible. My nose has that taste in it, like after you throw up and you can't get rid of that, like
the bile that drips down. After.
Yeah, like you can brush your teeth and everything, and take a shower and do everything you can to make yourself forget that you just vomited. But no matter what, there's still going to be a little of that in your nose that you just can't get rid of. Only time can get rid of that, and it's there now.
You should have brought it. You have to use a saline drip.
Like a neti pot?
Yeah, I use those like squeezy ones, like you use when you have like a bad sinus infection. Like I have some here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I keep it just in case I fucking screw up or like accidentally vape 12% eucalyptus with mint or something, like I did one time.
Well, eucalyptus with mint, I was just about that. Those words were on the tip of my tongue. That's why I don't need a neti pot anymore, because I have that.
You better break out the uke with mint. That's what I usually have to do to forget.
How much of this do I might just drip uke with mint right on here and just go for it.
That's a horrible idea. Oh my god. Do it. Okay.
I might as well.
Have I done
the vape of shame?
Yes. Yeah, that qualifies, sir.
I didn't know.
Not only did you do it once, you went back for seconds. Like that's.
Well, I had to give you actual flavor notes and not just horrified faces. But
we were really after the horrified faces.
I cannot think of any use for this. Most flavors I could think of, there would be a use, unless you got real bad moochers. I don't know. People who think you should give.
That's what I use Flavor West capsicum for.
Do you really do that?
I've done it once. This dude like bugged me at work like probably 20 times. It wasn't just like one time. It was like 20 times. He's like, "Hey, dude, you got any free juice? Like, you make it yourself. It's cheap, right?" And I'm like, "No, dude, I don't have any free juice." Like, whatever.
Why did you have that anyway? Because you were chasing the savory dragon?
Yeah, I was chasing Mad Bloody Mary.
He's got 4 ounces of it, right?
Well, I have almost 4 ounces of it. Yes, I'm close to it. I don't know if it's up here on the desk. It might be in the dark dungeon where flavors go to die.
So I don't know that really savory juice is ever gonna work, because, and I think it's this why this cheese is worse vaped than licked, is because that VG makes it sweet, and that sweet mixed with that savory is just nasty. The closest you're gonna get is like Bloody Mary, like you said, or barbecue sauce or something. Like barbecue sauce has loads of sugar in it. It's gonna have to be something that's got some inherent sweetness.
The Flavor Art roast beef is probably the only savory flavor that didn't completely destroy my life when I vaped it. The downside was that I had an atomizer that smelled like a deli for a month. It never comes out of your atomizer. It literally ruined my atomizer. I still have it, and I can't use it for anything else. I soaked it in isopropyl alcohol like 7 times. Didn't change. It still reeks. But it smells like a deli. It smells like roast beef. Like it's strong. It's delicious and salty, and the magical roast beef. It's really good. I obviously wouldn't vape it regularly or anything weird, but it's a really authentic, not nasty roast beef. But yeah.
Oh, it got on me. It got on me.
That's the face I made that one time I spilled like 5 mils of condensed milk, Flavor Art condensed milk on the back of my hand. I was like fighting with those stupid little orange caps, you know, that don't want to open, and like the whole thing tore off, and it just like ran down the back of my hand, and it was like filled my room with its pungent, condensed milkiness, and it was terrible. It's such a strong smell. I don't even know how to describe it to you.
This was way worse than.
It's like freebasing the new FA yogurt. Like that's what it smelled like.
Oh, that's bad.
So what are the worst flavors you've tried, Dave?
Cheese.
Besides the cheese, what else is in your
well, I think when you talk about the worst flavor, one of the things that you have to consider is disappointment level. Because if you don't have high expectations to begin with, then the flavor is gross, and it's like, well, you know, what did I expect? It's called beef or whatever. But so I wasn't expecting that much wonderful tastiness out of single flavor condensed milk or yogurt. So those didn't, you know, it didn't ruin me. So, but the one that I was expecting to be good was Flavor Art pineapple, and it's just like, what the fuck, Flavor Art? No, it tastes like you took grilled onions, or took onions, well, green onions, and grilled them over a tire fire.
It's really musky. Like I never could make it work. Like musky so much that it's not pineapple anymore. It's just.
Well, that's the short version. The long version is, I've told this whole big story. I think I've copy pasted it a couple of times on Reddit, but it involves my ex-wife and the truck that she stole in the divorce, and a pineapple coming to life, and it's just a big long thing. But you can shorten it by just saying green onions on a tire fire. Gotcha. Yeah.
So it smells like Southern Iraq, because that's what Southern Iraq smells like.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like. No, I mean, you vape it and it tastes like green onions and like tires when they. I've never been to Southern Iraq, but
it like tires like
when they burn out.
Baby diapers.
Okay, there's no baby diapers. There's no baby diaper note in the FA pineapple. It's just green onions and tire fire.
Lots of tire fires.
Yeah. Why? Why so many tire fires?
I don't know. I don't even know. I never actually even witnessed a tire fire. I just smelled them. Like everywhere you go in Southern Iraq, it just smells like hot rubber. It's really gross.
All of the one-on-one mangoes were pretty bad.
I'm really disappointed overall with the one-on-ones that Clayton sent me.
Which ones were those?
I don't know. He sent me like 30 of them, 20 of them, something like that.
Holy crap!
He sent me a whole shitload, and I didn't like very many of them. The strawberry sour belts was okay, but it wasn't like exciting. The cornbread was interesting. The carrot cake could maybe kind of be carrot cake in some kind of distant future land where there's better flavorings for carrot cake. Like it was vaguely carrot cake like, but it wasn't really. I don't know. It was just off. You know, I can't really describe it. I'm not sure how to.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna throw this atomizer away with the cheese in there. I can't.
It's just a troll, dude. It's not even like that. Those were like cool ideas like 3 or 4 years ago.
That's why I chose that one, because it's disposable. It doesn't get much flavor. It's not a good RDA. It's just not.
It's a good fucking hit chucker. That's all it's there for.
Yeah. I'm not into that. I'm not trying to make the biggest clouds I can.
I think objectively the worst flavors I ever had was Flavor Art saffron and white truffle.
But I've never tried truffle, but saffron tastes like gasoline.
Yeah, it tastes like diesel and yellow. I don't know why yellow is in there, but there's something yellow, defiantly yellow about it.
Yeah, it's not good.
I think maybe if you super dilute it, it might be usable, but it's good in food though, so I use it in food.
It's probably cheaper than actual saffron. So
by a long shot, yeah.
If you're trying to make paella?
Yeah.
You put saffron in your paella?
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't made paella in a grip. I want to do that soon. I don't have a real paella in hand, so.
Oh well, why don't you just make some paella vape that?
With some rice, sweet rice, and some saffron.
And white
Sweet
truffle
rice.
is awful, but you can just spend it in olive oil and eat it. It's good. I would never buy. I would never.
What does it taste like? I saw you said something about the death throes from it, and I was just like, it can't be that bad. It can't be as bad as cheese.
It's got like a legit manure thing going on. Like,
Ew.
The truffle.
Yeah.
Dug
Like,
from the dirt smell.
No, like, have you ever driven past a dairy farm? You know, the ones that have like the shit pond that's like 7 miles wide? Like, it smells kind of like that from the freeway. That's kind of how it vapes.
Sometimes you have to kind of wonder if that's not how they came up with these flavors. Like they didn't know what flavors to use, so they took the actual thing and chemically analyzed it, and then just used what they could synthesize out of that.
I mean, that's like the short version of how you like develop flavors from the ground up, you know.
Right, but I think like they made mistakes with some of them. Like you said, the truffle, like they forgot to take the dirt off first.
Well, I think it was.
You know, mushrooms grow in shit, so
I think it's
that
just
would
like a
explain the
matter
manure.
of like how it translates to our olfactory versus our like when you eat it, right? Like
Yeah.
when you eat white truffle oil, like the flavor of white truffle, like it tastes like good truffles. But like when you vape it for some reason, like when you vaporize it, it just doesn't translate the same way. Like some things are like that, you know.
Yeah, so for my show tomorrow, I'm testing some oatmeal flavors, and I noticed that TFA oatmeal cookie is not a good oatmeal cookie flavor, but it has a room note that smells like oatmeal cookies are baking. And so I licked some, and it wasn't bad licked either. Maybe a little heavy on the cinnamon, but it didn't. But yeah, these things weren't made for vaping. We're not using a lot of these flavors for their intended purpose.
Right. So they don't always translate like the way that we'd imagine them.
Yeah.
Um,
Except that Flavora oatmeal raisin was made for vaping, so they don't have an excuse.
they did say that.
I said Flavora oatmeal raisin
Oh.
was made for vaping, so they don't have an excuse.
I like it, but the raisin is so forward. It's kind of musky like the fig. So like I just really haven't found a balance point for it yet, but I think it's potentially usable.
I think it's not that it's bad. It's just that it doesn't taste like oatmeal.
Yeah, oatmeal's like it's almost a lost cause. Like I'm actually kind of looking forward to your show to see if you guys have found something. So when you guys found something that I haven't yet, because oatmeal is one of those ones that I've kind of chased for a while, or oats in general, not oatmeal specifically. But oats,
can't you just see, you know, commercial juices how they like to steal labels? Can't you just see the Quaker Oats instant oatmeal labels?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Bastardized and used on that'd be perfect, right?
All right,
if you
we can make millions.
Get that flavor of that strawberries and cream instant Quaker Oats into a vape.
Well, there's a shop in Chicago that Wrigley's just went after for copying their Doublemint and their Juicy Fruit logos, and it's like the first big dog coming after them. But like that's once they realize they can shut them down, I think it's going to hit a bunch of these guys because the label game is like crazy in the budget juice lines, you know, or they're just copying.
See that shit Candy King code?
Yeah, Candy King, trash, and like.
Well, like so, like the community trashed all over them, right? For their fucking exactly like commercial candy labels that appeal to children, and they just change them so that they're still bright, cartoon colored fucking garbage. That still obviously looks like it appeals to children, you know. It just doesn't look like a Sour Patch Kids label anymore. Like I don't understand like how they were justifying their thought process there.
They gotta not have kids and not even think about kids in any way, like when they're making it, like just the thought, or they just don't give a fuck. Like either way.
We have to get off the fucking nostalgia train, right?
Right.
That's the thing. Like everybody wants to fucking get flavors that reminds them of their childhood, and I'm honestly all for that. Like you want to fucking vape jelly beans all day long, like cool with me, bud. Like let's do it, but like you can't market it that way. Like
yeah, we had a lollipop recipe that Chris made, and we called it pop culture, and that was the best way to deal with that because you don't want to call it candy, and you know like hard candy, lollipop, all that stuff. And like, even when we do DIY, we think about kind of the effect of, you know, does it look like it's appealing to kids? That's the cool thing about our mixer collection. It's black bottles, black labels, with like a gold logo, but it's not kid friendly. And like, it doesn't need to be. If you're making good juice, you don't need to like try to get the whole market. You can just target the top tier market. You know, it's the whole thing. Those guys, even with Candy King, had said that they got permission to use a similar likeness from Sour Patch or whatever. So they thought they were good to go. Never, you know, addressing the fact that it looks just like kids' candy that they love. So there's that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of other companies doing it. We probably spend the rest of the show like identifying all the shithead Pokemon juice makers, but
right.
You know, whatever. I'm not worried about that. Dave, how are you recovering? You okay?
I wouldn't trust my flavor notes for a while because I still got that barf in my nose, but I'm hanging in there. I was just trying to catch up with the chat.
Oh yeah, is there something going on up there? I wasn't watching as much as
No, somebody said one-on-one Three Musketeers. Yeah, not. I think I'm about done with these guys.
One-on-one.
One-on-one days
You know,
are-
apparently had some winners in there. I just I haven't found them yet. I have a bunch here in front of me that I was gonna mess with today, but I'm pretty tired, so I don't think I might just do a little maintenance mixing after the show, and then go.
So neither of you guys would really recommend picking up those brands, or most yeah, one-on-one from your experience.
Some people swear by them, and you know, maybe
I've got some good ones.
The beignets is really good. I like that one.
I like the vanilla custard cheesecake. I like the powdered sugar. I like the milky undertones.
Milky undertones is excellent. Yeah, it's actually probably one of the best like versatile like milk flavors. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, it's fine. I'm just reading the chat still. We've been neglecting it.
Yeah. Real Flavors oatmeal cookie is good. Is that?
I don't care. I'm not trying it.
That was another line. A lot of people that really seem to be enjoying the Real Flavors, and I've admittedly only bought about 8 or 10 of their flavors, plus the ones they were shipping for free.
Oh, you're talking about Real Flavors now. I'm still stuck in one-on-one land. I've been disappointed with them.
There's a few there's a lot that are good. Like they're all good. I haven't had one that was just like outright bad, but I have had a lot that were just kind of like meh or not special or exciting.
Well, I haven't had any that were offensive, but I haven't had any that were great either. They've all been sort of disappointing, but I think once I start mixing with them, maybe it'll get a little bit better. Single flavor testing on those is not accurate because they're not as bad as they seem when you single flavor test them. They don't have any body to them.
Yeah, they all seem kind of thin, and I know that Real Flavors was going for the like with the SC line, they were going for like the minimal amount of other additives that could be perceived as like, you know, unhealthy or whatever. But I mean, Flavora managed to do it, and all of their flavors have pretty good body and some interesting characteristics. And Real Flavors just seems kind of really straightforward, not inaccurate, but kind of thin tasting. Like the strawberry lemonade seemed all right, but it just tasted kind of like pink.
Yeah, you need something to thicken up every last one of those. And the bakery ones are the most disappointing because it's like this is, well, the creams too. They're all just a little disappointing, but not bad by themselves. Now, I would, if somebody wants to use them in a recipe, I'm not gonna, and I already have it, I'm not gonna think, oh, that's probably not good because it has real flavors in there, because it's just all in how you use them.
No, absolutely. And I admittedly haven't spent enough time like messing with them to see if there's some kind of happy place. I got the Wonder Flavors super concentrate line too, and some of those seem really promising, but there's definitely sucralose in them. They're like, I can taste it. It's definitely there. Which isn't necessarily something wrong or bad, but you know, for those people that are trying to avoid sucralose, you know, be aware of that. But they're good flavors.
Jennifer's in the chat asking if I mixed FA pineapple at 3%. I mixed it at 1%. if it needs to be going lower than that, I don't, because
She said
I mix it
she
at
said 0.01. No, she said
0.1.
0.001, I think, was what she, or 0.01 for
There's-
saffron.
Yeah.
For saffron.
How about
There's a
just
few flavors like blackberry where you have to go like under 0.1% to get a good flavor out of it. Like over 0.1%, but flavor out of blackberry is like straight perfume. But if you dilute the crap out of it.
Oh, did you do a dilution on the corn, Dave? Someone had asked that a while back in the chat.
The health cabin corn.
Oh, I missed that. No, I didn't do a dilution. I did it at 0.25%. From the smell of it, I may need to go even lower. I don't think it's going to taste bad, but I think the corn might be overpowering even at 0.25%. It just smells like sweet corn. It smells like you just opened a can of corn and took a deep breath.
The flavor of pineapple is best at 0%.
Yeah, it's
I
best at give it to your worst enemy.
I had like a 5 ml sample of it from forever ago, and it was all. I guess it was like it didn't destroy me like the way you guys are describing, but I didn't really like it either. And I had Cap Golden pineapple I got it the same day, and I got Hangson pineapple the same day, and Hangson pineapple was super good. And I just ordered more Indoor pineapple because I've been out for like a month. Thanks to Dave.
You're welcome.
Sub Vapes in the chat asked how you just do a luscious strawberry with a sprinkle of sugar mix. I would do like strawberry ripe at a 4, strawberry non-ripe at a 3, dragon fruit at a 0.5, and then sweetener at like a 1 would be how I would make it. Like, but that's, and then maybe a drop of Alpine. But it's even with a luscious strawberry, it's hard to, like you said, it's simple profile, but it's a hard blend of the flavors out there to get a good strawberry, like what a fresh picked strawberry would taste like.
I can't taste strawberry ripe at all, so I have no idea. Like, it literally tastes like nothing to me.
It comes off as like a tangy side of a strawberry, and then the non-ripe fills in the other part, and then Alpine to me is the missing piece, but it's just a drop because anything else and all you get's the Alpine. So like when a drop in 30 mil would do enough of an ad.
There's this range of Alpine that tastes like soap to me, so it either has to be like under 0.25% or over 1.5%, and over 1.5 obviously you can't mix like hardly anything else in it or you won't taste it. And there's like a bunch of other really potent flavors.
Jack the Vapor from the chat wants to know if I added peanut butter to the fig grape jam mix that I made. Yeah, yes, I did for the first time this morning. I haven't tried it yet. I'm letting it steep out a little bit, see how it handles. But yeah, I went ahead and used Flavora peanut butter with some Hangson peanut butter. I'm sick of TFA peanut butter's shit.
I feel you. I like TPA's peanut butter flavor, but it gets weird and it's hard to work with sometimes.
It makes everything into mud half the time. It dries out after a steep. Dries everything out, messes everything up into just a big muddy mess.
Have you tried with Flavora's peanut butter very much yet?
I'm just sick of it. I have just a little. I have enough that I wanted to go ahead and use it to try to make this peanut butter and jelly sandwich finally.
I think I might have 2 bottles.
It doesn't taste. It tastes more like peanuts than peanut butter.
Yeah, it's a little drier. It tastes like it tastes more like peanuts than peanut butter for sure.
Like skin on roasted peanuts.
Yeah, I still need to send you all that six mix too. I have a bunch of extras, and I have them set aside for you up there, but I keep forgetting to pull them down and package them for you.
You'll get around to it.
For sure. There was something else. So you're doing noted tomorrow. You guys are doing oats, right?
We're doing grains because it started off with oatmeal. Somebody wanted oatmeal or oats. They just want oats. I don't know. Maybe they're a horse or something. And they wanted oats. And so, but we're like, we can't just do a whole hour worth of show on oats. That's ridiculous. So we added rice, and then we added wheat. So it's just going to be a grains episode.
Means.
Yeah, and there's some crossover there with bread and desserts and cereal, cakes, and all that stuff. But really, we're just going to try to keep the focus on grains, mostly on oats, because first of all, that's where it started. Plus, rice is easy. Just say sweet rice, and talk for a few minutes about it. That's it. Yeah, about how good it is. And wheat. I mean, I don't know where we're going to take that, but we're going to have Colton Skittles Ninja on as a guest. And he claims, now I haven't seen a recipe yet, but he wants to do, there's some showmanship involved. He wants to do an unveiling of his recipe on the show. He claims to have mixed some things together and created oatmeal.
Created oatmeal, huh?
God,
Yes.
oatmeal.
And there's no oatmeal he said there's no oatmeal related flavors or nothing with oatmeal in the name in the recipe.
Yeah, somebody was asking about a honey roasted peanut, so it's I don't know if I see that, but it's Wonder Flavors.
I have that. Yep. You know what? I'll open that. It's kind of a dumb thing to do because you can't. Things do not necessarily vape the same way that they smell in the bottle, but we all do it anyway. So.
Well, I can say that it smells really authentic. Maybe I can mix up a sampler real quick.
Do you have it right there?
Yeah, I have all my stuff right here.
Randy Lisk in the big DIY group was saying that it's all peanut and not really any honey to it.
Yeah, he said it's like a dry, kind of salty peanut almost. Yeah.
And somebody was asking about like a Boston baked bean candy recipe, and then he suggested that. So if you guys are trying to make like a peanut recipe, that might be a good path. It doesn't have the honey notes he was saying.
I can't find the bottle tips, though. They're around here somewhere. There's one in there.
If somebody was asking about the one shots, ID10T and I have one shots at e-cig Express. There's also recipe packs at Bull City Flavors, which are pretty close. And then if you're in the UK, Chef's Flavors has all our one shot line. So we definitely recommend one shots to you if you've never mixed before. Either a recipe pack or one shot is a great way to just make a lot of juice pretty fast and see kind of the magic of DIY in that you can get better flavors for a lower price.
All right, let's get this in here at 0.25%. The recommended range was 1 to 3%. So
I seriously need some help here.
Sorry, bud. I got it.
I need help getting this smell out. The cheese. I can't.
It's going to be on the walls for the next week.
2 puffs and it's on the walls for a week. Yeah, no, I can't. I can smell where it's coming from. It's not coming from the atomizer that I need to throw away or from the closed bottle. It's coming from my nose. It's up in there, and it's like, oh God, it's like a poisonous loogie. It's stuck up in there.
At Chef's, we're under e-juice makers is our one shots, and there's 10 right now, and I think 3 are sold out. So there's 7 options you can get, and then 4 of those are going to be limited time, so they'll sell out, and then they're gone. So if you want to try the summer line, get them sooner than later. We sent out 70 sample packs with all 4 flavors to Chef's customers. So as people are getting those, they're going to be ordering. So those will be limited time. I'd say like 2 more weeks, you can get those. And then the other lines get replenished as they sell out. But they have other ones that are good too. Divine is Darren Cole's, and those are really good. And then you can get some DIY or dye concentrates from Chef's, and those are good. And there's another one like Boom Juice and different Nom Noms is another one, MOMZ and OMZ, it's both words. But the UK is years ahead of America when it comes to one shots. So if you're trying to like find some one shots you really like, that's where you start, because there's just so many more options, so many more flavor profiles to try.
Marvel has asked which one was our favorite from the one-shot line in Chef's. He bought Fantasy. It was nice, so it's an orange. You might like Current Affairs. It's a like a mashed berry and blackcurrant lemonade. Or watercolors is a little brighter, but in the same kind of vein, like really light body, but really refreshing. Really great choice. Mango Tango is really good. It's a bright like mango mix. It's pretty good. I bet they would like that.
I'm sure I would. Did I steal that name from you, Adam? Did you have that first?
I did, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's a non-issue. Butter cookies is nice. It's like a play on those blue tin royal danks. I don't know how you say it, but those blue tin butter cookies with those like the sugar granules on top. They're pretty fun.
You stole the name accidentally, not on purpose, but
I've seen like 11 Mango Tango recipes or Tango Mango.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to steal it from you. I didn't know you had one when I stole it from the candy.
And it's different. You did a really cool profile with it. It was one of the things that got me like wanting you on the team was because you went after a spicy Mexican candy, and I was like, oh yeah, that's
That's right. Grandma's sewing tin cookies. That's exactly what those are for.
What did you just say, Couple? I didn't hear you.
Michael Pijisma in chat said that tin that everyone uses for sewing stuff, the blue tin that grandmas use for their knitting supplies, like the cookies that come in that was the cookies I was chasing, the butter cookies.
Nice. Did you hit it?
Yeah, it's definitely accurate. It's available on Chefs, and the recipe's public on ELR. It's my top rated recipe on ELR.
It's sold out right now. It's popular. They like that stuff.
They do like that stuff. It's good. It's one of my few bakeries that I put out like last year. I don't think I've even put out any bakeries this year. Can't think of it.
You can get his apple pie called Not Your Mama's Apple Pie there, and that's sold out now too. But like I said, those ones they replenish. So as the line sells out, they remix a gallon or whatever.
Now, if the summer flavors sell out super well, there's a chance they might stick around longer.
Limited time only.
But that means you guys got to spend a lot of money. Just saying.
Yeah, I've gone through 4 of the sugar cookies that I bought for myself, and then I just fucking liked vaping it so much that it's like, well, should I mix or should I just mix this one shot? Even though it's mine, it's already like an approved recipe. I know it's good. And like for a month, that's what I was vaping. It's good stuff. So like, it's really cool when you hit on a one shot, because then it like, if you get one shots and they're not as good, then you're like, oh, I'd rather just mix my own stuff. But when you find a recipe you really like, it's a great time saver. I really like it.
Did you got that sample that they gave you of your own one shot when they put it up, and then you vaped every last drop of it, didn't you?
Me, I ordered 4 bottles. And then I vaped 4 bottles worth, and then I still have 2 but see, that's the thing, like with the ones in Chefs, I don't always order them, and then some of them have been like discontinued or replaced with new stuff. Like we did a whole Christmas line with like eggnog, and I did one called Merry Christmas with a RY for RY4. It's gingerbread RY4, and I never even got to try them. So like there's ones that have like passed me by even, where I was like, oh, I should have bought one myself just to have it on a shelf or something, but such is life. Yeah, so I was gonna mention that what Chris said about the toast that Salou Barone does for tomorrow when you guys do your episode. That's mega popular over there, is their toast, Dave. So toast. You might be able to bring that up.
All right, before we end it here, here's a risky fresh test of honey roasted peanuts. It smells like right when you crack the shell of a peanut, like right when you first open it up, and your like face is over like the bowl of like just dry peanut. It smells really dry. I'm hoping this doesn't kill it. 2.5%. Let's see what happens. That's actually pretty fucking good. Like, it's really authentic, like dry peanut, salty. I don't get any real honey flavor.
No honey. Yeah, that's what Randy was saying.
It is like very faintly sweet while still being savory. So maybe that's where the honey is, but I'm not sure if that's just the VG or.
So I asked them in the chat if I should do the cheese again before they go. I noticed there's about 10 more viewers now than there were when I did the cheese before.
You're
Double
brave, man.
cheese.
And I think
Double
that they
cheese.
deserve it.
Get your print screens ready.
Mixlife has a lot nicer viewers than DIY or Die has.
We're good. We're
Because-
nice people over here. Except
Yeah,
Shindo,
that's
he's kind of an asshole. Shindo's
All
kind
of the people that were in the chat when I had the cheese out yesterday were like, I actually said, why are people so mean? I think I cried a little too, because they were like, I'll donate $10 if you lick it again. And of course I had to do it because it's for a good cause, but why would you, that's not right. People are just not nice. Somebody said, welcome to the internet. Or whatever, assholes. I'm not mean to people on the internet. Although I did leave my first 1-star review for the first time yesterday.
Tell us more.
It was for Gravity.
Oh, Shindo said something about it. I didn't get a chance to. I'm gonna read it while you vape cheese.
All right, here we go. If you guys would have just added an extra category of judging at the end, after you already said that you were going to use those 3 categories, I probably would have won. You'd be watching Rick vape cheese right now.
Well, as yours is steeped, it's gotten better. Like, if you would have had a week-long steep time, you probably would have won, because his has kind of gone more towards the strange notes, and yours is kind of mellowed off. So,
all right, here we go with the cheese. Fuck.
From Dave, it tastes like the smell of a freshly opened pack of Marlboro Reds that has been super concentrated, infused into dark rum, and then poured all over a bland biscuit until it fires apart from sogginess, and it stains your coils like a motherfucker. But I'm not bitter or anything. I didn't have sweet fig, and I had to sub in 0.5%. Maybe it tastes like a spot-on Fig Newton if you use the right fig.
Oh, man.
It's the sweetness that makes it worse. I'd rather just lick the cheese off the back of my hand right out of the cheese bottle.
Cheese candy.
The VG just makes it. God bless him.
Look at his forehead scrunching down.
That's for you, Rick.
Full of hate. Ooh.
I swallowed it. It didn't come up. It didn't come up. I swallowed it.
That's what she said. This has been fantastic.
I have a stronger stomach than I thought.
You have intestines of steel, sir. Your face is the brightest red I've ever witnessed on a human being in my entire existence.
That's from holding it in.
Well played. We're gonna go ahead and end it here on a high note. You thought here first, Dave hate vape cheese twice. So there you go. That was
the real winner. The real winner,
incredible.
Dave.
Rick's gonna watch this every night before he goes to bed.
Yeah, he's gonna put it to sleep. He's gonna love it. It's beautiful.
Probably gonna masturbate to it.
Ooh. While he's eating an orange.
Eating an orange, topless.
Well, let it never be said that you don't pay your dues, Dave.
No, that will never be said. And I've got a bunch of cheese left here if anybody wants to try it.
You should send it out by surprise in the Mixers Club packs.
Just relabel it something else.
Yeah.
Just label it.
Best strawberry cream ever.
Right. Just label it one of Skittles' recipes.
Oh,
Here's
God.
a free sample of God milk.
Right. Colton's extra special no oatmeal cookie oatmeal.
Yep.
All right.
I'll probably do that and send it to you.
Well, that's all right. I don't maybe Colton's recipes anyways. So. I'm kidding. No, it's good stuff, dude. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for enduring two rounds of one-on-one cheese. It's a good show, everybody. Episode 20, where we just made Dave vape cheese all day. We'll be back next week, and next week we'll be announcing the rules for Shindo's challenge to Concrete River. So be ready, and it's going to be exciting stuff.
Can I be a judge on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good day.